Hi guys, it's Miss Sarah. So today we're going to make a pop-up card for our craft. So it's going to have a little flower on the inside, so it's kind of like a springtime card. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 3 pieces of paper, some crayons, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and a pencil or a marker. And then the pencil or marker will just be to trace what we're going to be cutting out, so it's up to you on what you want to use. Okay, so you'll take your first piece of paper. It can either be tougher paper like cardstock or thinner paper. I would say either one is fine. I did it with both and it worked out well. What else was I going to say? Oh, the markers. So I would say for coloring everything in on the paper, don't use markers, use crayons or colored pencils, because markers tend to make the paper weaker and make the color go through. So just stick with crayons or markers for this one. So take your piece of paper and fold it this way. So you're not folding it what they call hot dog style, where it's down like that. You're folding it the other way, right, in half. So fold it as nicely in half as you can. I'm going to set mine down on the table so I can crease it easier. Okay, so it should look like that. And then on the side that has the fold, right here, we're going to make 2 lines going up. Now I'm going to use the marker again. This is where you can use pencil if you want to, so so that it doesn't show up as much on yours. So where the fold is, yeah, this is open on the top, you're wanting to start it where the fold is. And I'm going to make 2 lines that go up about halfway up the paper. Yeah. And that's just going to be the bottom of your flower. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut on those lines that we made. And then we're going to fold the paper forwards, increase it. Fold the paper backwards, increase it. And then we're going to open up the paper. And we're going to just push that piece that we just cut through. And then we're going to fold it. So now it should look like that. And when you open it, it'll be popping out like that a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to color this green because that's what color I want the stem to be. I want my darker green. I don't know where my darker green went. That's okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, now it's kind of light green and dark green, which I like. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take our second piece of paper and we're going to draw out the petals and the leaves that are going to be, on the flower. So we'll do that by first making the petals. And those are kind of like a teardrop shape. Like that. That's a little bit big. But that should be fine, whatever size you want it. I think I'm actually going to do the next one a little bit smaller to demonstrate how it can be a little smaller. And they're different shapes, and that's totally fine. You're not going to get them exactly perfect each time. And flowers aren't exactly perfect anyways. So it'll look good no matter what you do. So another way to make that shape, because it's kind of even hard for me to make that shape, as you can see they're 2 totally different shapes. Sometimes I'll even just take this and turn it upside down. And how we draw hearts, often we'll do a loop like that and then another loop. I don't want us to start down, I want us to start here and go over and then down like we would do a heart. And then back up like you're doing a heart, but don't bring that line down, just go straight across. If that makes sense. So now that's kind of how you can make the same shape each time, is start in the middle, go over instead of up, and then down, and then back over. And then when you turn it around, they're pretty similar in shape. So you only need 3, but you can draw more if you want. When I made mine, I drew a couple and chose my favorites. And then we'll draw just 2 shapes like this for the leaves at the bottom. And those will be your bottom petals. I'm sorry, your bottom leaves. Okay, so now what you would do is, if you want to do it along with me, you would pause the video and you can cut these out and then color them in. So like I made some smaller ones. These ones are pink. I cut them out and then I colored both sides. And I did that with 3 of them. Okay. And then same thing with the leaves. I colored both sides after I cut them out. Okay, so now if you're done with that part, oops. Now we'll take this piece and we're gonna glue our leaves down at the bottom. Just like that, where they're standing up. But they're not touching this bottom very much because you want this still to close. So I'm going to take my glue and glue the bottom of each of these. I'm going to glue on the side that has marker so you don't see the marker as much. And try not to get any glue on the paper itself, like the bottom down here. See, I got some glue down there. I'm just going to wipe it off because we don't want the card to close in on itself and stick. So there's that one, and there's that one. And then when you close it, it's fine. So I would keep testing it right after you glue and to make sure that each step it closes well. So then you don't have to worry about trying to tear it off and re-glue it. Okay, so then I would say pick which one is your favorite out of the 3 petals you made and put it at the middle because that's the one that you'll see the most. So I think I like this one the best. And so I'm going to glue it right in the center. I'm going to put some glue at the bottom of my petal. And I'm going to glue it right to the center here. Just like that. So it goes down just a little bit so that we know that the base is glued well. And then we take our other ones and we fold them in half. And once we get that folded in half, then we're going to put glue on one side of one of the halves, right here. So I'm going to put glue right there, all up just that one side, nothing on this one. And then I'm going to put it right in the center and then just turn it a little and glue it like that. Okay. And then same thing with this one. Fold it in half. Glue on one side. And then stick it on there. Okay. So now these should fold in a little bit like that. So then when you close it, it's flat. And then when you open it, it pops up like a flower. So you can either have them folded that direction, or on this one that I had made earlier, oops, I had them going the other direction. It depends on what you like. So if you do like it the other direction, you would, I'm going to take these off now that they haven't stuck very well yet. You would just do it like this, where instead of the glue or the fold being there, it's like that, and the piece here would be coming up and out. I think it looks cute either way, so whatever you prefer it to look like, and then these two can fold down when it closes. And you can open it. So either direction works just as well, and then you can decide what you want to do with the background at the end. We still have one more step though. We're going to take our second piece of paper, and this is going to be the backing of the card. So we don't want a card that has a big hole in the middle. So what you'll do is you'll just put glue around the back here. You don't want any glue back here on the piece that has the flower. You only want glue around here. So I'm just going to trace the edges with my glue. And then put little marks in the middle just so that it is well stuck. And I'm going to take this other piece. I should have done this first if you're following along. Do this step first probably, or just reapply the glue because I'm going to have to reapply some glue because I forgot an important step. You take your second piece of paper and you fold it in half the same way you folded the other one. Same direction, so they're the same exact size. Now, the piece that we glued, which, like I said, I'm going to apply a little more glue since I made us wait. Okay. Now we take this, fold it as it is, and we set it inside this one. Make sure that the edges fit in well with each other, that there's no gap in between, and just push it in there. And then close it and push it down. And smooth it out so that the glue sticks. Okay. And then when you open it, you have a beautiful flower popping out. And then there's no funny hole in the back because you've glued a new piece to the front. Your flower sticks out a little bit, but that's okay. You can make your lines shorter at the beginning if you don't want your flower to stick out, but I rather have a longer piece here, so I have a taller flower, and I don't mind it sticking out. So then it's up to you on what you want to do from there. If you want to write a letter to somebody and give it to somebody in your home, or give it to mail it to somebody, then you can do that, or you can just keep this out as decoration for springtime decoration, or you can also decorate the back. So that was what I had done on the example for the last one, was I had just done some grass at the bottom, and then everything I felt like would be up and tall I put on the background. So I put the tree standing up and a house standing up, some clouds and a sun, and then the grass down at the bottom under the flower. So then it was kind of like a picture. But same thing though, you could have your card like this, and it could just be a beautiful card, and then you could be writing back here. So maybe you're addressing the letter to somebody and you're talking to them or telling them that you hope they're having a wonderful spring so far. So thank you guys for following along with me. I hope that you're happy with how yours turned out. I'm sure it's beautiful. And if you want to show me what your card turned out like during our meeting, if this is an activity that you chose to do, then I would love to see it. Okay, have a good week. Bye.